Thank you.
All right, well, many online games are just adaptations of PC-based games. They're redesigned, they're ported to the online environment. But now with net-based games becoming so hot, new games are being designed from the ground up just for real-time internet play. One of those is SubSpace, though this is a game you actually could buy in a box, right? And take home on a CD-ROM.
Yes,
but you play it online, that's the whole point. And what's the point in the game? I mean, what's it about?
It's a fairly simple overhead shooter. You just get in and blast other people.
All right, so you're the plane in the middle, and it's some sort of big dogfight. It's like asteroids.
Yeah, there's a huge dogfight. You get hundreds of ships flying around.
And how many guys can be playing at the same time here?
You can have up to 200 in
Really?
one arena. Yeah, in this arena we've got 65 at the moment.
All right, now we're playing just on a 28.8 modem here, right? And the action's pretty fast. How do you manage that?
Well, the whole game was designed around the internet. One of the reasons we chose to have ships in space is we can do lots of prediction. Because it's Newtonian physics, you don't get people jumping left and right. I have to apply thrust to get around it. So it's a good way of overcoming latency.
All right, pretty sneaky. All right, so let's play a little bit of the game and see what goes on here. Now, is it just you against the other 199 guys?
No, I've got a whole bunch of teammates. These guys in yellow up at the top left, they're my teammates.
How'd they become teammates?
We assign you to a team when you first join in, or if you want...
Okay, so I walk in, I'm yellow, there's a bunch of other guys who are yellow, they're on my squad.
That's right. Or you can create your own squad.
How do you do that?
That's what a lot of people do. It's as simple as typing in a number. We have frequency numbers like radio channels. And when you join that, everybody on that team is on the same team.
Now, can you actually communicate then?
Yep, you can communicate privately to each other as well. And that's how most of the expert players play. They have their own personal squads.
They say, look, I'll worry about that quadrant, you worry about this quadrant.
Exactly.
All right, now what's going on bottom left? Is that actually the chatting that's going on now between the players?
These guys are all chatting to each other, so I can say...
You got to be shooting down guys, not getting shot and chat at the same time.
That's right. Sometimes you need quite a few fingers at once.
All right, now what are all these little walls and structures? Are they just things to hide behind so nobody can shoot you down?
They're to hide behind in this zone. They're just cover to bounce off, to maneuver around. However, in some of the other zones, you can build bases inside and around them. We've got capture the flag games, and you have to defend certain areas, which becomes your turf on the map.
Now, you've got this sort of Death Star type thing, right, where you can actually get onto another guy's plane and make it twice as powerful?
You can get onto anybody on your team and jump onto the back of them. So
Just become another gun on his plane, if you will.
Now he's a turret. He's flying. I'm a turret, so I can fly out the back. And you can have up to 20 turrets on one ship, which makes these huge Death Stars flying through the zone, and you get lots of fighters coming in to kill the big ship.
All right, now you can actually cloak your ship and sort of become a stealth fighter, right?
Certain ships can. Certain ships have the ability to cloak. Other ones can go fast. Other ones have got bullets.
Okay, so why don't you always cloak then, so nobody can see you?
Well, it's each ship's got its own characteristics. So, for instance, this ship I'm flying is very, very fast. Another ship has the cloaking device, so he could be sneaking up behind me and I couldn't see him.
So you can choose what kind of plane you want to be flying depending on your strategy or who the other guys are or whatever?
That's correct. Yeah, each ship's got its own strengths.
Bottom right, is that a map of the whole fighting zone there?
I can bring up a bigger map. I'm the yellow dot there on the far right, so you can see just how big the zones are. They're pretty huge, and I'm moving very slowly.
Okay, now, I understand you actually ship the server sort of operating system with this, so I can now create my own game using your engine?
That's correct. Although we have big servers located that we make that you can always play on, inside the game there's kind of a game construction kit that you can put your own servers up online, and then anybody from the world can come and play it. So players have created SubSpace Soccer, for example, where you can fly a ship around and kick the soccer ball to each other.
All right, one more interesting point. One of the problems with these online games is you have guys who cheat in a big way. I mean, they do things that make it harder for other people to play. Give us an example of a security breach.
One of the major ones is trying to induce latency or lag, which is a big problem with many internet games. Well, you can do silly things like whistle down the phone line.
Just send garbage down the line.
Send garbage down, so then your image on everybody else's machine looks jerky, whereas their image is, because that's coming in the download stream, looks
And what do you
smooth.
do about that?
Well, what we had to do is we have to keep track of how many packets you've received and sent to make sure they keep in sync. But there are new security issues all the time, and so we have to keep on patching every few weeks.
So I can buy SubSpace or I can download a free demo?
You can download a free demo from the website.
Thanks a lot.